it will come in, it will look better. Okay, so what we will do is, let's go here under your user list component, and for this division apply a class name, not class name equal to user info. Operator user info. Come to the user info. Under user info, now under the CSS file, that is called index.css. Index.css file we have. Now you can write a class called user info dot user info. Inside the user info, we will give width 21%, float as a left, width 21%, float as a left, margin 1%, padding also 1%. Right? You will see the users will come side by side. It will not come in one line all. Okay, hope written. Check now. 3 or 4 are coming in one line. If you add n number of users, all will fit one after other. So in that, we can add the new user also using the text box. So what we can do, we can create 3 text box here and click on save, it will get added. In class 3, what we have learned? Oh, we have learned the same, no? Name, price, and then quantity. Here what we require? We required name, age, and education. We can use there also. Instead of name, price, we can use this one. Okay, so that is the next part. So first you see the list is coming, and in one line how many? 4 are there. Table is not required. So first CSS we have written user info, and this user info is available under the user list for the division, and output for that is here. In one line how many? 4 are coming. So the same user list we can call here also. Where? Under the this component. Same user list we can call here also. Same user list we can call anywhere. Okay, anywhere we can call. Let me guide you. User we have a component here called user, right? Book we have, company we have, right? So better we can implement in company. Okay, here we can pass some data, it will come. The home page. Let's come. We are going to reuse that component that you have called here. Where? This one you have called here, no? Right? Copy that. Okay, ready? Now hope you copy this, or maybe come to directly. Why to copy? What is the component name? The component name is company, right? We have a company component. Go there. Here also we have used for loop somewhere. In company component, see company component is a functional component, and we have created as a class component. No problem, you can call here. Okay. What is the class name? Class name is called user details. Let's go here. In the company component, import user details, from dot slash basic, right? What is that? Not basic, no? No, the folder we have. It's called as a class dot slash class slash. What is the folder structure? Yeah.
Class, sir.
Okay. Class dot user list. Class dot user list. Now after calling that, you can come down here within the return, not out of the return, within the return, within the division. You can write one h1 component interaction. Coming down, we can use here user details, error will come. Go here, you have to pass here, no, these parameters. What are full name, user age, education? You have to pass that values. You have to pass here full name equal to Raj. User age equal to
Sir, I think in line number 2, we need to give two dots, right?
Line number 2, dot slash, single dot is required. In current folder, it will search the class folder and there it will look for the user list. What is saying src basic company node is not found dot slash class. Okay.
First, it will go out of the current folder basic, then it will enter class, then it will enter user list.
Dot slash. Yes, dot slash. One is coming here. Now same way we can call this and paste below. Node, it Ganesh 6050 4030. See, 4 are coming. Go to the class 4 also it will come. Come to the home also it will come. That becomes a component interaction and properties example. One component is the functional component, another one is called class component. Both are able to interact each other easily. Hope ready. Next, after this, we will work on next functionality. Let's come to the next file that is called class5.js. Hello. Yeah, hello. Okay. Share a model. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here, I like. Next class, we create class5.js. In class5.js, again we require the similar structure. Class extends, those much will be same. My class 6. We can write here, just keep a division.
This is my class 5.
Mm. Mm. Okay. You can write there H3 or maybe H2 also you can write, H1 you can write, no problem. React. API using fetch function. We'll create a simple example of fetch, how the fetch function can bring the data from other source. Create here a array called item list. Square bracket, keep empty. Next, after that, write function call get item. Alert. Okay. Hmm? That company. Yes, yours. So component is ready. My class 5. Call this file. You can write here a button also. Button. Call load the data. Below you write a h1. Level items. This dot state dot item list dot length. Ready? So what should be the length? 0, because under the item list we have nothing as of now. We'll come to the next file that is called app.js. Again, we have to do a linking. Hmm. 0.
Sir, at line number 12, it will be classified.
Line number 12. My class 5. 5 is missed here. Is it loading? Data is as a 0. This data has to come from other source. This data has to come from other source. So first, we'll look into this file, class 5. Here, the array is empty. On button click, we will call this function. So go here and on click this dot get item. this dot get item
Sir, in normal JavaScript, we were writing unclick equal to within double quote get item and function symbol. So similarly, we cannot write in React.js. Every time we have to write this function.
function name we have to call by using this only. This dot function name.
Okay.
Click button click, you are getting any alert. Alert is coming here, no? We have to create a file data.json in our public folder. Data.json or item.json in public folder. In public folder, we can go and we can create a file called item.json. In public folder, file name should be item.json. Item.json. Next, in this item.json file, we will store the data in single dimensional array like this. Apple, milk, rice. Save this file. So this file, whenever we call this file, it will give the data in JSON format. This file, whenever we will call, it will give the data in which format? JSON format. That JSON data, we have to convert into array and we need to run the loop. But question is, this is the different file and the class 5 is the different file. Both are not same file, both are a different file. So how we can link together? Okay, so for that we have this function. What is a fetch function? Fetch function will be responsible to bring the data from that file, item.json file. Fetch function will bring from there. Fetch function will give to another function. Another function will convert into JSON object. From JSON object, it will convert into JSON array and after object array, and then it will give us the final array. Now see how it is going to work. Go under this function. Call the function called fetch function. In fetch function, write the name of file. Fetch function is going to point to the public folder directly because entire code will be here, but at the time of execution, it will point to the public folder. So no need to give dot slash and there, directly give file name. It will link to the public folder directly. Now after that, the fetch function will send a request to this file. Now from that file, some data will come in the form of JSON. For that, we have to apply another function that is called then function. Then, yeah, dot then. This called is a promise function. Then function is called a promise function. It used to capture the response. So data when we will say dot then like from after sending the request by fetch, after sending the request, send the request by fetch, then use the then function. So after sending the request, whichever the response will come from there, it will capture by function called then. Here it will come in encoded data. It will not be the original data. We will write here call simple response response. Response is a variable. It can be anything. It is not necessary only response. Now response dot JSON we have to do. Okay, so it's converted from JSON to array object. Now from array object, we are going to convert into array and print inside the page using then function. One more time, you have to apply the then function. First, then function will bring the data and convert from the JSON to array object. After that, JSON object, not array object, JSON object. Here it is going to convert into JSON object. The first one, JSON object. From JSON object, it has to come into the array. For that, we have to write another line. Here, any variable you can take called all item or item array, meaning full name, item array. Now go here and again the item array, keep a alert. Item array dot length. Item array dot length. Okay, ready? Now let's come and click on button. Load data button if you click, it will give you the length. Alert will come as a length. Once you keep here, alert will come as a length. Hmm? Yeah, check now. You are getting the length. Now data will come from this file and it will be given to the response. From response, it will convert into JSON object. From JSON object, it will go to the array, and from array, it will come here as a length. Now from array, we need to send here. Where? State. So for that, you will remove this line and you will add here this dot set state. This dot set state. In that, you will add item list colon item array. Ready? Now come to the browser. Click on button. See the length is increasing here. Now that data we have to print below. On button, click data game premiere. Once we click on button, the data will go to a item list. Now we can write a map function here. This dot state dot item list dot map. Name of the item, index of the item. Return name of the item, index. Index for last one you can add 0, 1, 2, 3 will not come. 1, 2, 3 will come. Okay, hope ready. Check now. Once you click here, this list of item will appear. Come on. Sequence of your data is listed. Yes, no, say something. Your page is loading, on load. Now we have to see the next call. The function you are calling onload. The function here you are calling onload. Onload. Onload function we can onload function we can apply here. For that we have a function called component did mount. Call that component did mount. This is life cycle function. It get execute on pose load automatically. Inside this call this dot get item. Once your page will load, you will see by default data. Okay. On page load, you are getting the data. Then we can leave here only today. Taken lot of class today. Lot of class in the sun nearly how many? Yours is the 7th class of the day. This is the 7th class. 7th class is per day daily, but today little more. You can log out.